A very good afternoon. That is those who are following from East Africa. It's 5 minutes past 9 p.m. Those who are following from United States of America, this is good afternoon. And of course, we have followers from all over the world. This is Africa 24 political discussion, and we're trying to discuss some of the major happenings today that happened. And of course, politics is our daily bread. When you see Africa 24 live, then you know that politics is our daily bread. Where are you tuning this beautiful conversation? Make sure you keep a date with us every day, 10 p.m., 9 p.m. East African time, for those who are following this great conversation. Because it's here in Africa 24 where we give you this platform to engage with other Kenyans, other people in all over the world to discuss more about politics. Make sure as you join the conversation, make a date. Subscribe to Africa 24, share and like our videos. Also, our social media platforms, that is Africa 24. Join us and we'll be ready also to help you when it comes to the news, because this is where we unlock stories from all over the world. We unlock stories from different parts of the world. My name is Boniface Kimanzi. We are going to sail this boat for the next few hours as we discuss more about politics. But it's 2027 target nowadays when it comes to the politics. 2027 is going to be a total messy if we are not going to detect. We are not going to elect someone who is going to change the situation of this country. This is according to the citizens who have been claiming that the key government has not been competent since it took power in 2022. We've also seen how the cabinet reshuffling has been happening, and today we saw Ruku and also and other Cs being nominated. And of course, after being nominated by the president, they were vetted today, and they are now the Cs. Of course, Ruku is replacing Justin Muturi. This is a new reshuffling after the Gen Z protests. After Gen Z protests, we have seen several reshuffling. But also the president is saying that his main work is to transform this country. He has the main role of transforming this country and changing the situation of this country when it comes to the politics and also development. Joining us here, we appreciate for that. And of course, headliner Gashagua after impeachment, he has been making headline day and night making headlines, saying that he is ready to criticize the government until the government does what it promised to Kenya. That is what Ricky G has been saying, until the
Distinguished
government does what it
guests,
promised to
the
Kenya.
panelists, the professors who have
That
come
is
with
what
us, and all the people who have come here for this memorial lecture and luncheon for the greatest president of our times, the late Mr. Mwai Kibaki. Good afternoon. I'm really very honored that I was invited to come for this lecture, and I want to thank the professors who spoke here to us about the leadership of Mzee Mwai Kibaki. Mzee Mwai Kibaki is a legend. He's a reference point in matters governance. And anybody who talks about governance in this country, there is reference to his leadership. He left a legacy that remains permanent, that is visible, and that is felt. His greatest achievement was the economic restoration and transformation of this country. And because I'm somebody who listens to the ordinary people, they tell me, don't tell us about economic growth, don't tell us about economic survey, don't tell us the economy has improved from this percentage to this percentage. We want to feel the growth the way we felt it when Kibaki was president. Because there was money in circulation, there was infrastructural development that is feasible, and people say they don't want to be told theories. They want to feel economic growth the way they felt it when Mwai Kibaki was president between the year 2002 and 2013. I want to really acknowledge the culture of hard work that the late president inculcated in all of us, asking people to work hard. I remember when he was sworn in as president and he made his first visit to Mbeere, and those of us from Nyeri were very excited to welcome our son home, and we were lining up everywhere waiting for him. And when he reached Karatina, where I was, he didn't come out of the vehicle. And he lowered the window by a few inches, and then called a PC, akamuuliza bwana PC, nini naendelea hapa? Hii watu yote, it was around 11. Nani nachuna majani chai? Nani yuko kwa shamba ya kahawa? Hapana, tutaharibu. Tukiendelea namna hii tutaharibu. He put the window up and drove to Odaya. Nobody ever came again to meet Mwai Kibaki. Watu walienda kwa mashamba. And that is how this country was transformed. The culture of hard work. I want to say that many people today who are solid in this country, I included, we made our money during the time of Mwai Kibaki. Because government documents were respected. If you had an LPO issued to you from government, you could walk into a bank and get 50% as LPO financing. Because you do the work and you would get paid. Today, if you go to an LPO, to a bank, nobody will talk to you. He really dignified government contracts by making sure that contracts were only given when money was available and there was budgetary support. These great men pushed taxation, and we want today, as we remember him in a very fond manner, to say there's nothing wrong with taxation. And Kenyans cannot be accused of refusing to pay taxes, because Mwai Kibaki did it. Lipa kodi, ujitegemee, and people paid taxes, and they didn't complain because they saw a corresponding development and services. Kenyans don't have a problem with paying taxes, but Kenyans have a big problem in paying taxes that they cannot see what the money is doing. So we want to ask our brothers now in government to know that Kenyans are not complaining about overtaxation because they don't want to pay tax. They have a problem of paying taxes that are misappropriated, that are not used appropriately. And Mwai Kibaki is a living testimony that Kenyans are willing to pay taxes, but they want to see a corresponding service and development. Mwai Kibaki respected institutions. Ambassador Muthaura is here, and Ambassador, we want to salute you. Mwai Kibaki would not have succeeded without the support of the bureaucracy that you led. But he also allowed you to work, because we know he allowed people to work. Because if you have a supporting system that supports you, it can only be effective to support you if you allow them to work. Mwai Kibaki respected institutions, and going forward, that must be the way for this country, so that institutions can work. Again, we must remember him for the 2010 Constitution, and all those who say that they remember him fondly. The way to dignify his legacy is to implement the Constitution and follow it letter and spirit. Because when we do that, we'll have a good country. Mwai Kibaki spoke very little and did much. Most of us are learning from him. Nowadays, I only talk once a week. I'm becoming a good student of Mwai Kibaki.
Rigiji, That is the impeached deputy president of the Republic of Kenya, Rigathi Gachagua, when he was speaking during this memorial service of the late Mwai Kibaki, and also what happened during the Mwai Kibaki era. We have seen how Mwai Kibaki has transformed this country, and that is what Gachagua is trying to push, that the Kenya Kwanza government can also act accordingly, because a lot of Kenyans had a lot of trust. They kept their mind in supporting the KK government during the 2022 electoral campaigns. And that is what he is pushing after the impeachment. And of course, he's saying that impeachment does not mean he is not going to support, he's not going to make Kenyans move ahead. That is something that is normal, and he was ready for that. But many important things that should be government and Kenyans getting support from the Kenya Kwanza government. This is the government. You remember this is the government that only has a lot of complaints. We have seen how members also are coming in large numbers to complain since the 2022 general election. Of course, that's why we saw the senators are proposing for extension of presidential term limit, something that has raised a lot of concerns. Why should we have term limits increased? Yet we have been having 5 years since the formation of the new constitution. We have seen how members who are very close to Rigathi Gachagua, of course, these are the loyal members, the loyal followers of Gachagua, the likes of Senator Chargay. We have also seen the likes of Oscar Sudi. You have seen how those close members to the president have been defeating the Kenya Kwanza government. Instead, also we have seen how the opposition has also been filming, making sure that everything that involves the government then is completed. We have seen the likes of Morara Kebaso launching, trying to expose some of the projects that has not been completed by the government, that are still pending, and that is what also Kenyans are following. Also, since the Gen Z protest, we have seen the Gen Z protest. The Gen Z protest that happened last year still is being felt in the country. We have seen how the Gen Z protest is being felt in the country, because the president has done a reshuffling of the cabinet secretaries for 3 times. Now today we had Ruku also being vetted, and also we have seen a new member also being vetted in the new cabinet secretary for William Ruto government, which has raised a lot of concerns after the marks that
it could be the
he
man who's
made
poor.
one of the
It could be the man who doesn't have money and he wants to con the woman, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, don't underrate women nowadays with money. Many women are rich. Some of them who are sitting here are very rich women. I know, Mr. Speaker. Some of them are richer than us. There's one facing me here. I know what she owns, Mr. Speaker. I know what she owns, Mr. Speaker. She is very rich woman here. I know where she made the money from, but she's very rich, Mr. Speaker. I don't want to say how she made the money, but she's very rich woman, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, the issue of associating with women with poverty, that any woman who's with a man is a gold digger, must stop, Mr. Speaker. That is stereotyping our women, Mr. Speaker. And the lives of our women are sacrosanct. Mr. Speaker, there is no life in this world without a woman, Mr. Speaker. And we must be all defenders of women's rights, whether we are men or women, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, I think Honorable, you see, we are discussing women affairs, and it is women who are shouting here, Mr. Speaker. This is the problem we have in Kenya. If they could elect each other, they will be the president of this country, Mr. Speaker. They don't want to vote for themselves. They only vote for men, then later they say, oh, we are being marginalized. Mr. Speaker, if every woman votes for a woman, this house will have 2/3. I'm telling you, the biggest voters who have brought men to this house are women, I can tell you. The votes that you are sure of in your constituency, that you don't doubt, that you are sure you will get, is the vote of a woman. You know a man, the way they are, they can talk to you in the morning, and in the afternoon is with your opponent. But if a woman gives you assurance that I'm going to vote for you, you are sure of that vote, Mr. Speaker. So I wish they could vote for themselves, because if they decide to vote for themselves, this issue of two-third gender will end. This problem will be sorted, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, in conclusion, I want to say, let's give Madam Hanna a chance. You know, God is a God of a second chance, Mr. Speaker. Let's give her a chance. Let's see how she performs. And the power, the constitutional power of appraising cabinet secretaries is with this House, Mr. Speaker. We can summon them anytime. We can call them to answer questions. And if she does not perform, we have the constitutional mandate of impeaching. If we impeach the deputy president who was robbed, what's a minister? What's a minister? That is one afternoon session. If we impeach the rogue man who was calling Kenyans that you are not a shareholder, you are a shareholder, you are not a member of this country, you are from Tanzania, Shungwa is from Ghana, that's what he said. If we impeach that one, what is a cabinet secretary? It's a one afternoon session. We can deal with them perpendicularly here. With one after, as many of that opinion say aye, and he has gone home. He has gone home. So let's give her a second chance. I can tell you this lady came from a very hostile background, Mr. Speaker. You know the way Baringo is. It's a semi-arid area. She has seen many sounds of guns, Mr. Speaker, more than, music. Mr. Speaker, she has seen a lot of problems. And recently, she lost her husband. And you know what the Quran and the Bible say about widows, Mr. Speaker. Anybody who jokes with widows, in our
That is Juliet Mohammed, of course, you were saying that we give the cabinet secretary nominee the second chance after the comments that she made that a lot of women's out here who are dying because of feminism is because they are associated by men only because they are sourcing money from the men. So United is trying to defend the cabinet secretary nominee by saying that she should be given a second chance, but she learned from the best. That is what Junet is saying. But of course, this is another vetting that was happening today. And a lot of vetting has been happening since the formation of the Kenya Kwanza government. Kenya Kwanza government, since formation, a lot of vetting has been happening. A lot of changes has been happening. And also, we have seen recently whereby the Butere saga, whereby children under the age of 15 years were tear gassed, which is because they are saying the political era has also transformed its ideas to the girls' poems. That is what they are saying. The drama festival that was to happen in Nakuru, the Butere girls, of course, the play was written by the former senator of Kakamega, that is Cleophas Malala. They were saying that this is because of the poet that he wrote. Then he has politicized the poem. But this is literature. When he was talking in one of the media houses, of course, that is Cleophas Malala, he said that this is a media industry, and of course, this is literature. So literature needs also to address the current issues, because the work of the literature is not just to pass exams. It's meant to educate. It's meant to pass information for future reference. Of course, we learned about Mutemi Nasababora. We learned about Matukuwe. Of course, those are the kind of set books, and that is what Cleophas Malala said, that he will make sure that the Butere girls play will be presented in the State House, because he believes that State House want also to see these small children performing. But it has been a very bad situation after the tear gas that was used to displace the students, and also Gen Alpha in Nakuru. But also the president addressing today said that you should keep off from politics if you only doing it for your own use, for your own benefit. Keep off from politics. For the first time, he addressed that also when he was addressing about the military, after Gachagua said that military also has been submerged by the KK government.
Our defense forces are key to upholding these values. Their presence ensures stability, attracts investment, and inspires both national and global confidence. I therefore want to urge all Kenyans, leaders, politicians, journalists alike, that our military men and women are the anchor for our stability, the insurance for our development, and therefore we must be sensitive and keep off matters military in random talk. My administration and myself as Commander-in-Chief will defend by all means possible our military as they guarantee our stability and our development. I am equally proud that alongside our Kenyan officers, we are commissioning officer cadets from Burkina Faso, Mozambique, Rwanda, Sierra Leone, Tanzania, and Uganda. This reflects not only the excellence of the Kenya Military Academy, but also our shared destiny and growing regional solidarity. The bonds forged here will transcend borders, strengthening our collective response to regional and global challenges. In the Horn of Africa, peace remains both a mission and a mandate. Security today transcends national borders. It demands regional and international cooperation. We must therefore remain vigilant, coordinated, and resolute. Our collective security is only as strong as the weakest link, and where there is no weak link, there is no vulnerability. I thank the Kenya Defence Forces for their unwavering commitment to this vision. Through loyalty, discipline, and professionalism, they have safeguarded our communities, affirming Kenya as a sanctuary of peaceful coexistence. These values must resonate across all sectors so that together we can defeat terrorism, resist division, and secure a future anchored in unity, tolerance, and resilience. Today we are also remember with reverence our gallant soldiers who paid the ultimate price in the line of duty. Their courage calls us to honor their sacrifice, summon us to unity, and their legacy urges us to serve. Ladies and gentlemen, in line with our national vision of achieving universal health coverage and advancing Vision 2030, I am proud to announce this morning the commissioning of Lanet Regional Level 4 Hospital and the Ulinzi Prime Health Services Fund. These initiatives will enable members of the Defence Forces community to access military referral hospitals through existing insurance schemes, including the Social Health Insurance Fund and the Emergency, Chronic and Critical Illness Fund under the Social Insurance Fund, Insurance Authority. I was pleasantly pleased this morning to witness the connection between what is offered for military officers, public officers, and citizens of Kenya converging together in these facilities that would otherwise not be available to members of the public. I also commend the leadership of these military facilities for ensuring that they are SHA accredited, and therefore those who come to use these facilities benefit from the digital infrastructure that is already available under SHA to members of the public and also members of the public service.
That is the president today in that presentation when he was saying, if you are a political leader, then you should keep off from politics. Keep off from politics. And also, you should also not mention military at any point, because this is a very sensitive ministry that we have in the country, a ministry that protects our country, but it has been having a lot of questions. Kenyans are questioning the Ministry for Interior Security, the Cabinet Ministry for Defense, and also the question of the cabinet competence has been there since the formation of the Kenya Kwanza government. I give Sikona and those who are following this great conversation, of course, we have seen our president also today address the issue whereby Gachagua said that the military, after what we have seen the last 2 weeks after Kariri, also was quoted as being one of the leaders being involved in the politics. As you know, military is a very sensitive docket that we have in the country and must be protected. It's always independent, because if we have no government, then this is the military rule now to take over the leadership. So that is what the president was saying, that we keep up from military. In any political forum, don't mention military. Of course, he is addressing the former DP after what he said the other day, that military has also been absorbed, and also they have no power as military. What they should do, it's not being recognized in the country.
The spaces that are available in our education
Ogola's
system.
death, we have seen many things happening.
In academics, in sports, in the creative art, in music, and all the other areas, because we now realize that there are talents in all those spaces, and children should be given the best opportunity to choose, and we should assist them to choose the pathways that is in their interest. And therefore, my commitment as president and my instructions to the ministry is that our education system should support all our children pursue all the interests they have within the curriculum that we have, from academics, through sports, to arts, to music. That whole array, we should support all our children to achieve the best that they can. But I must say this as leader and parent, that equally as leaders, as parents, as teachers, we must also protect our children from pedophiles and drug peddlers and predators who want to corrupt our children. We must say no to people who want to corrupt our children with negative ethnicity and negative politics. We are a great nation, and there is more to celebrate as Kenyans than the negativity that some of us want to drive. We have more to celebrate as a nation, and that I will firmly stand by, to protect our children and to make sure that we have a nation. And I will not allow this nation to go down the drain for the people who are pursuing their own selfish and narrow interests. Arts, bridges divides, awakens imagination, and affirms.
I will not allow anyone to drive this country into our deep all because of their own benefits. That is the president addressing in Nakuru during that festival. Of course, we are having a celebration for the creative economies in Nakuru. He said that he will not allow anyone to corrupt children because of his own political gain. Then that is, of course, he was addressing the former senator for Kakamega, that is Cleophas Malala. Gipsy Kona, I can see you, Gipsy Kona, in the comment section there. You are very active, of course. Karibu sana, Gipsy Kona. We also talking about the current situation in this country after the new CS being vetted in the parliament today. We have a new public service cabinet secretary, and also we have a gender woman, of course, there, where members today, they came out to support her after comments, remarks that she made during the vetting, during the answering of the question about women. That most of women who are dying because nowadays is because of what? They are gold diggers. They want money from men. And that is wrong, which really trended in the social media. And today also members came out to condemn the remarks, and also they said they are going to support her so that she can also join the government as the CS. Reshuffle has been happening right, left, and center since the formation of the Kenya Kwanza government. And of course, the members are getting to ask, why do you have this kind of reshuffling? Of course, Cleophas Malala, Gachagua, William Ruto, Mount Kenya, the likes of Mutahi Kahiga, Rift Valley, Eastern part to combine Wiper. Everyone is trying to dig for 2027. Everyone is trying to come out for 2027, trying to support the region for 2027, because in 2027 it's going to be a tough time. It's going to be a very hot zone on 2027. Who is going to be the president of the Republic of Kenya? Is the president going to serve for the first term, or is going to get another term? So Gachagua, of course, has been making headlines together with Cleophas Malala, and yesterday I was following Cleophas Malala having a conversation in one of the media houses, and he said that it's true that the parastatals that we have in this country have been personalized, they have been privatized, and this is something that they will not agree. And he also said out of 192 promises in the manifesto that they had in Kenya Kwanza, very few have been implemented. And that is what he learned, the government is made of liars. That is what he said, the Cleophas Malala. And of course, he has been slamming the government after what we saw the other day, the attack in Mwiki, where Gachagua was there, Cleophas Malala was there, and immediately after the attack in Mwiki, that is when we had the Mbeere girls saga, where the girls' school was attacked. And of course, they were tear gassed after their play was rejected to get on the stage and perform. This is because they wanted their director to be there, that is Cleophas Malala.
Kanisa yetu ya PCA Mwiki, Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Hebu tuone salamu kwa yeye. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Kwanza kabisa, mimi vile nimeambiwa, majina yangu ni Senator Cleophas Malala kutoka kule Kakamega, kule Ingo. Mimi ndio nimekuwa katibu mkuu wa chama cha UDA. Lakini tulitoka huko, sasa hivi tuko kwa safari nyingine. Na mimi leo nimekuja hapa kumsindikiza kiongozi wangu naibu rais wa pili wa Jamhuri ya Kenya Mheshimiwa Rigathi Gachagua. Na vile nimefika hapa nimeona mambo ya ajabu. Rare instances. Nimeona mambo sijaiona kwa maisha yangu. Ati kwamba tuko na viongozi ambao wanaweza tuma vijana kupiga watu, kupiga wale ambao wanaabudu Mwenyezi Mungu. Mimi nimeshangaa na nimesema tu kwamba tumwachie Mwenyezi Mungu hiyo vita. Sisi hatuwezi ingilia kati ya hiyo vita. Na mimi nakumbuka vizuri sana wakati Mheshimiwa Rigathi Gachagua alikuwa anang'atuliwa kama naibu rais. Tulikuwa na nguvu yote ya kufanya maandamano, ya kuchoma mali za watu, ya kupiga watu, lakini kiongozi wetu alituambia hata kama wanamtoa, tafadhali tunataka amani. Hivi majuzi rais amekuwa Mlima Kenya karibu siku 7. Mheshimiwa Rigathi Gachagua akasema anataka amani. Uongozi utoka kwa Mwenyezi Mungu. Mnaweza patia watu pombe, mnaweza patia watu pesa, mnaweza tumia polisi, lakini uongozi utoka kwa Mwenyezi Mungu. So tafadhali, Rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya, wewe leo ndio umepatia vijana pesa kupitia Sakaja na ukaambia DIG I withdraw security, na nia yao haikukuwa kuharibu madhabahu. Walikuwa wametuma paka tuko na watu ambao wako na bunduki, walikuwa wametuma waje paka hapa wamtoe Rigathi Gachagua akiwa madhabahu, ati wambebe juu na juu. Sisi tungependa kuambia hao vijana kwamba ni sawa. You have intimidated Rigathi enough times. Mulimtoa kwa kiti yake akanyamaza. Akaenda nyumbani, mkamfuata nyumbani. Mkachukua askari wake. Mkaenda kwa familia yake. Akienda matanga, mnampiga kule. Ameamua kunyamaza, ameamua kufanya mambo yake. Leo amekuomba Mwenyezi Mungu, tena mnamfuata. That is inhuman of you, Mr. President. Mimi nakuomba rais, kumbuka mahali ulitoka na huyu Rigathi Gachagua. Watu uko sana, watu tofautiana kimawazo, lakini usiwe na hiyo roho ya kutaka kumaliza mwenzako mpaka kaburini. But we want to assure you, our deputy president, ati wewe uko tu na watu wa mlima peke yake. Hata sisi kutoka kule mkoa wa Magharibi tuko na wewe Rigathi Gachagua. And I want to assure you of my personal support and my community support. Nitatembea na wewe sababu wewe ni mtu wa kusema ukweli. Wewe ni mtu wa kusema ukweli. Uliambia rais kwamba hii Kenya inaharibika, hakusikia. Sasa hivi anaona yeye mwenyewe. So I want to assure you of my support. Na mwisho kabisa, ukikuja kanisa paka ukuje na prayer request. Hawezi huyu Gakuya hawezi kuja tu kanisa useme maneno paka ukuje uombe kitu wa kuombe. Mimi leo niko na prayer request. Ningependa mchungaji tafadhali kifunga misa munisaidie kwa hii prayer request. Kwanza ningependa muombe familia ya hayati mzee Jomo Kenyatta ambaye alikuwa rais wetu, alitusaidia kunyakua ukombozi kutoka nchi yetu. Wa pili, ningependa uombe mzee rais wetu wa pili mzee Daniel Arap Moi ambaye alikumbukwa kwa kupatia watu maziwa na watoto maziwa ya Nyayo. Tukakumbuka, akatusaidia, akatuletea msingi na amani ambayo ilikuwa Kenya yetu. Ya tatu, ningependa uombe familia ya immediate former president Uhuru Kenyatta. Nataka umuombe sababu wakati wake Mheshimiwa Mwai Kibaki, samahani. Mheshimiwa Mwai Kibaki wakati wake alileta free primary education. Tunamkumbuka Mheshimiwa Mwai Kibaki, hii Thika super highway yeye ndio alileta. Tunamkumbuka Mheshimiwa Mwai Kibaki kwa kustabilize economy yetu. Tumeona SGR, tumeona Mau roads. Lakini sasa huyu Kasongo tutamkumbuka kwa nini? Huyu tutamkumbuka kwa nini? Iko barabara ameunda kweli? Kila rais ako na legacy yake. We want to challenge William Ruto. This is your third year in power. Wewe unafanya nini? Kazi yako ni kuenda launch bed sitters. Sasa rais mzima ati unaenda launch bed sitter, unapiga picha na mtoto kwa nyumba. So mimi ningependa kuomba tafadhali utuombee. Mwisho kabisa ni kualika our second deputy president, the truthful man, Mheshimiwa Rigathi Gachagua aje atuombee. Thank you so much.
That is the power of Rigiji when it comes to the Kenyan politics. But Cleophas Malala has been very loyal to Gachagua because even after he was removed from the Secretary General of the ruling party, that is when we saw Cleophas Malala and also other things now starting to pop out. And he was very close to the president, by the way. He was the Secretary General of the ruling party, that is Cleophas Malala. But after some time, we saw what happened. Cleophas Malala was dropped, and now we have a son, of course, as the new SG of the party. Gipsicon, of course, I can see you there, but it's going down. It's going down for 2027. On who is going to be the next president of the Republic of Kenya after what we have been seeing. But the president, also the current president, is saying that the main work is to transform this country. He has the main manifesto to transform this country, and yet we have seen a few being implemented since he took the power in 2022. He talked in Mandera, he talked in Kirinyaga, that is Mount Kenya, Western, Eastern. He has went to every part, but still we have not seen those developments as Kenyans. When are we going to see them? Next year is 2026.
Jameni, tuungane, tushirikiane. Ya muhimu sio uchaguzi wa 2027. Ya umuhimu sasa ni mpango ya transformation ya Kenya. Barabara tutakazojenga, maji tutakayofikisha kwa manyumba ya wananchi, stima tutakayofikisha kwa nyumba ya wananchi. Hawa vijana tuwapange na ajira, na wale wengine wote tuhakikishe ya kwamba tuna madawa katika mahospitali yetu. Na ndio mimi nataka niwaulize viongozi, let us unite so that we can have a plan and we can prosecute the agenda for the transformation of our nation. Matters 2027 will come and the people of Kenya will decide. For now, we must focus on making sure that we deliver on the commitments that we made. And I want to promise the people of Kenya that this administration, under my leadership, is going to focus on the transformation of Kenya, making sure that our teachers are in school, our children are being taught, our farmers have the support they need. We build roads, we connect electricity, we connect water, transform our nation. That is what is important for every Kenyan, irrespective of their tribe, irrespective of the region they come from, irrespective of the religion they profess, irrespective of any other consideration. And that is why we must work together as leaders and as a nation. Na mimi nataka niwatahadharishe, upande ule mwingine ni watu hawana mpango, hawana sera, hawana ideas, hawana chochote. Ati mpango yao yote ni vile watagawanya wa Kenya. Kama hawasemi mambo ya ukabila, wanasema mambo ya sijui dini. Kama hawasemi mambo ya dini, wanasema sijui nani wa kutoka mlima, nani wa kutoka bonde, nani wa kutoka bara, nani wa kutoka ziwa, nani wa kutoka wapi. Kama hawafanyi hiyo, wanasema nani yako na kazi, nani hana kazi, nani yako na payslip, nani hana payslip. Mimi nataka niwaambie hawa jamaa, if you want a semblance of a competition, look for an agenda. Leave division. Division will not get you anywhere. And the people of Kenya are resolved to unite so that together we can transform our nation. We cannot transform our nation.
Netwale kadirado waitu. Iyo pesa ni ala. Uyo watu ndio alisimamia vijana wetu wa Gen Z, akasimamia wakauawa. Ako na damu ya watoto wa Gen Z. Alafu wamesanya pesa na magunia. Anaita wa Meru na kuwahonga na kudanganya nyinyi atimupeane priority. Ni uongo si uongo? Tena kama unataka kuongea na watu ya Meru, kuja Meru. Ita mkutano kama hii udanganya wa Meru. Alafu watakuonesha ni nini Meru na kuanga. Unajua tunataka watu waheshimu watu. Tuheshimiane. Let us respect each other. These Meru people have been taken for granted for too long. It must come to an end. Hii maneno kama sasa rais amepanga kufukuza Justice Martha Koome. And I want to tell you, my people of Meru, huyu rais tulimchagua, tulimpenda. Alikuja na Biblia, tukafikiria ni Mkristo, mtu mzuri. Alitudanganya, hakutudanganya. Tukamchagua. Kufika pale ametumia hiyo kiti kumaliza watu ya Mount Kenya. Ameanza na Rigathi Gachagua, amemfukuza. Akarudi akafukuza Metheka. Sasa amepanga jama ya kumfukuza Martha Koome. Na amepanga pale kotini anahonga watu kufukuza Martha Koome. Mimi nakuuliza Rais William Ruto, hii watu ya mlima walikupenda, walikupatia kura, uliwadanganya na Biblia. Umeamua kumaliza watoto wote kutoka mlima. Kiongozi yeyote ambaye hako na msimamo, umetupangia jama ya kutufukuza katika serikali katika Kenya. Na anataka akifukuza hii watu amalize biashara zote za watu ya mlima Kenya. Lakini mimi nakuambia rais, ukifukuza Martha Koome usikanyange hapa Meru. Mimi nataka nikuambie, ulifukuza Rigathi Gachagua, watu ya mlima wakanyamaza. Ukafikiria ni waoga. Tunakuambia rais, wewe panga jama ufukuze Martha Koome, na wewe ukae Nairobi, usikanyange hapa Meru tena ukifukuza Martha Koome. Negwano ito. Nemo wetekera Martha Koome igato. Mtakubali? Kwani wa Meru mmekuwa waoga? Unajua this is too much now. How do you purge the leadership of an entire community that made you president? Umepanga jama ya kumaliza jamii ya mlima, kumaliza viongozi wao wale wako na msimamo na kuweka vibaraka, kumaliza biashara ya watu ya mlima. Mambo ya miraa ulituahidi utaangalia. Ameangalia? Ameangalia? Si alikuwa anakuja hapa kwa gari anakula miraa akiwa kwa gari juu? Ilikuwa ni uongo si uongo? You know, how do you take an entire community as fools? Umetutumia vibaya kama jamii. Umetutumia vibaya kama tissue paper. Tumekuchagua. You have turned against us as a community. Umesanya jamii zote kuziunganisha kutuelekea sisi kama jamii. Lakini tunakuambia William Ruto, Mungu hatakubali umalize jamii ya mlima Kenya. Siko namna hiyo. Sasa hii wabunge ya Meru, Martha Koome anafukuzwa, wamenyamaza. Huyu mjumbe wenu mlimtuma kule akanifukuze? Mlimtuma akapitisha finance bill? Hata wa Meru amenyamaza. MPs wote 10 wamenyamaza. Kwani tumekuwa nini Meru? What is happening to the people of Meru? Watu wa Meru wanajulikana kwa kuwa wanunui uoga. Watu wa Meru ni watu shupavu. These are the descendants of the Mau Mau struggle. Tulikuwa na General Mwaliama, General Baimunge. What has happened to the leadership of Meru? Ya kwamba munaketi na Rais William Ruto akipanga kutumaliza kama jamii, akiumiza viongozi wetu. Anapigana na mama. Rais, ulipigana na mimi, Rigathi Gachagua, mimi ni mwanaume. Wachana na Martha Koome, ni mwanamke. Bono unapigana na wanawake. Can you fight your fellow men? Si ndio? Apigana na wanaume? Awachana na huyu mama. Na huyu mama anafukuzwa kwa sababu amekataa kuua mtu ya Yesa. Si ndio? Mtasimama na Martha Koome? Mtasimama na yeye? Huyu mama akifukuzwa, nipige filimbi mtoke kwa barabara. Mtatoka au mtatoka? Mtatoka au mtatoka? Nimuka umera? Yes. We are not going to sit again. We are not going to sit again as William Ruto destroy the leadership of the Mount Kenya Legion. It's too much. It is too much. It cannot be. Pahali huyu rais ametufikisha sasa, it is too much. Semeni is too much. Yes. Na hao viongozi wote wamesaliti jamii, mumepanga mambo yao. Hao viongozi wote wa Meru ambayo wamesalili jamii yetu, wametuuza tumbo zao. Mtawashughulikia? Mtawashughulikia? Saa ngapi asubuhi 2027? Saa ngapi? Asubuhi na mapema. Mtawashughulikia? Mtawashughulikia? This community called the Mount Kenya region will deal with traitors for the next 50 years.
Wow, Rigiji injecting. Gipsy Kona, I can see in the comment section, you think that Gipsy Kona, at least Ruto is traveling up and down the country. He even knows the roads by the names. Yes, Ruto moving all around, of course, when it comes to the politics. But Gachagua is still injecting. Anasema Martha Koome akitolewa atapiga firimbi, watu wa Meru wote watoka nje sasa wapambane na rais. Itawezekana kweli?
Hakuna kazi inaendelea. Alafu wanakuja kufukuza watoto wetu kazini. Sasa sisi tutakuwa na gari yetu na tutakuwa na zaidi ya wabunge 120 katika bunge ambayo itakuja. Na hiyo gari ndio ya pekee ya area hii. Rais ataunda chama zingine, atatengeneza mahwilbaro ingine nyekundu, tutamwambia hiyo ni ya rais. Atatengeneza wheelbarrow ingine ya blue, tutamwambia hiyo ni ya rais. Hata atajaribu kusimamisha watu wengine urais wagawe kula yetu. Hao watu yote tutamwambia wale wametumwa na yeye. Sisi tunamjua, tunamuelewa. Tunamuelewa sana. Alikuwa anajaribu kugawa at Mount Kenya East na Mount Kenya West. Wameru mtakubali? Sisi hapana wajinga. Ati alikuwa anasema Wameru na Waembu na Wadharaka mjitenge. Ati Wakikuyu pande ile. Si hiyo ni njia ya kutumaliza? Sisi hapana wajinga. Sisi ni watu werevu. Siku tulikubali kugawanywa wakati ya Kibaki na Matiba, tulipotea hatukupotea? Hatuwezi rudia hiyo makosa. Sisi tutakaa kama one united mountain na hakuna mtu ambaye atagawa sisi. Kwa sababu tukikubali kugawanywa tutakuwa tumepotea. Kwa hivyo kwa chama yetu wale MCAs wote nimeona hapa muingie, tutakuwa na free and fair nomination. Si ndio? Huyu Dr. Laibuni na wengine waingie pia kwa chama. Alafu nyinyi wenyewe mtanipatia mtu mmoja yule ambaye tutakuja kupigia kampeni. Si iko namna hiyo? Hata Maoka Maore nimwambia ikia kwa gari yetu. Pana kama msituni, si ndio? Kwa sababu sasa lazima tujipange vizuri. Na tujipange na ile njia ambayo inatakikana. Kwa hivyo mimi watu ya Igembe North, mimi ni mtoto wenu. Na mimi niko hapa. Na hakuna mtu anaweza kunitoa hapa. Si ndio? Si ndio? Si mimi nilikuwa hapa kupigia William Ruto campaign. Mliniona hamu kuniona? Si nilimwambia ni mtu mzuri? Nikija nimwambie ni muongo, si mtaniamini? Yes. Kwa hivyo mkae vizuri na mjipange vizuri. Na hii shida itaisha. Msijali. ni mwaka tu mbili, tutagaika tu, shida ni mingi. Alituambia ataweka pesa kwa mfuko, ile kidogo tulikuwa naye akatoa. Alitoa hakutoa? Sasa na hii mtu alitudanganya. Hata sisi hata mimi saa ingine naona haya, lakini mimi najipea nguvu, nasema mimi Rigathi Gachagua ni mtu ya kawaida. Nilidanganywa na William Ruto, lakini kama alidanganya mabishop na mareverend na mapasta, watu wamemwagiliwa mafuta, Rigathi Gachagua ni nani? Si tulidanganywa sisi sote? Watu wangapi walidanganywa na William Ruto? Walidanganywa na William Ruto. Sasa wewe uongo wako tumejua. Tumekujua uongo yako. Kesho jioni nitakuwa pale KTN, muangalie, nitasema maneno.
Rigiji anasema kama mimi mtu wa kawaida kama Gachagua nilidanganywa na William Ruto. Sasa mtu mwingine kama Bishop sasa itakuwaje? Is trying to compare himself with the lies that happened. But of course, this is politics. You need to be sharp. You need to be sharp. Of course, things happen day and night. Things happen. Gachagua is threatening, of course, the president while his security is tight. That is what Gipsy Gun, of course, is saying there in the comment section. Continue to send your comment section over there and also share your views about today's topic. Of course, Gachagua versus William Ruto. Competence of the Kenya Kwanza government is what we are trying to discuss today in our political discussion here in Africa 24. Always make sure you join this wonderful conversation here in Africa 24 as we discuss more about politics in this country and also try to give you more information about what is happening in this country. This is what here we give you details. Don't forget, it's a Champions League night. Those who are following conversation and also they follow football. But of course, also we have seen a situation whereby most of the cabinet secretaries we have in the Kenya Kwanza government are being questioned, because we have Aden Duale now serving as the cabinet secretary for the Ministry of Health, one of the sensitive ministries that we have in the country, is now the cabinet secretary. Of course, people have been questioning why do we have people who have not served in Ministry of Health getting these sensitive dockets. We also have Soipan Tuya. Currently, she is the head of she is the CS Defense, one of the sensitive ministries that we have in this country. This is the ministry that defends the country, gives the entire country this national security. But now, does she have the intelligence to serve in the CS Defense? Also, health is being questioned, infrastructure is being questioned, agriculture being questioned. I mean, all the CS that we have in the country also being questioned. And of course, the president has been reshuffling. Today we saw a new CS nominees being vetted in the parliament by the members of the parliament led by the Speaker of the National Assembly. A lot has been happening since the 2022 general election, whereby Kenyans were very ready to support the Kenya Kwanza government. They were saying, hata kama ni Biblia watamwapisha William Ruto. I know those people, of course, I know some people were saying something like that. If they're not going to allow William Ruto to become the president, they are going to take a Bible and they are going to give William Ruto the president. Is the same? Does it mean that same people can also say that in 2027? Are they going to support William Ruto and say that if he's not given the presidential power, then they are going to also give him that power? That is what we're asking here in Africa 24 political discussion. And of course, as you also join here, make sure you subscribe to Africa 24, share your views, and also share what is happening all over. And also subscribe. Make sure follow us in the social media platforms, Africa 24, in all the social media platforms. YouTube, most important, subscribe, like, and share. In the comment section, the likes of Gipsy Corner who are sending the comments. We appreciate as Africa 24 family for always giving us that eye.